Hey, we're Peach Pit, and we're in Sydney, Australia, chatting with Milky.
I think when we made our first record, it was kind of just like there wasn't a lot of direction to it. And one thing that has come about after making more albums is we've had more of a target to aim for. And I think on this one, we just had come out of the pandemic and made a really soft record for our third record, from 2 to 3. And we played those songs live and just realized they didn't have as much energy. So we wanted to make something that would be really fun to play live. And now we're getting the chance to do that. So it's been really satisfying and the songs seem to be connecting. So yeah, we're loving it.
There's a lot of breakup songs as per usual. I mean, Neil, you've probably got more of an outlook on this with just being the lyricist.
There's a lot of breakup songs, and it's hopefully the last full breakup album. I'm going to get married this summer, so hopefully I only get married one time. That'd be cool.
A divorce album would slap, though. Yeah.
It's more expensive than a regular breakup album.
Yeah, but it's a better record, too, so.
Yeah, there's some songs like that, and I think there's a few songs, like we've got a song called Magpie. That song I kind of just wrote as, it's like almost like me imagining what life would have been like if I kind of stayed on the path that I was on when I was in my early 20s, which was like just drinking a lot, I guess. And where we live in Vancouver, there's lots of people with substance abuse issues living on the streets right around where we live. It's like everywhere. I guess one day I was just walking home and I just see the same people over and over again, and I kind of like imagined this like extreme version of myself like ending up down that way if I hadn't like kind of maybe figured out a way to control my drinking and stuff when I was younger. So there's some like sort of like weird like dark fantasies, or not fantasies, what's the word? Alternate realities and themes on the song and on the record. It's really weird talking about your own music because for me the songs kind of like that is the speaking, is describing them afterwards is difficult.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was just going to say, sometimes I think a lot of bands like have a through line theme, but I think our records kind of become an amalgamation of just like whatever we've gone through in life and the influences we've had and what's come to mind. And sometimes you make it and then you look back on it and can kind of see the through line of what it means. But when we're making these things, I think often it's just kind of feels more random. And then you look back and it's actually not as random as you thought.
Treating them to some new sounds, some different versions of some of the songs. We got a new one on there. We have a cover of a Lappy Sifri song. Yeah, we recorded Am I Your Girl a few times. So we have Congleton version. We have Connor Head version. Actually, I don't know if it goes by Connor Head anymore, but yeah.
We got a dance version.
Yeah, dance version.
Is there a demo as well?
Lots of demos. Yeah, actually,
it's mostly just Am I Your Girl revisited like 5 times.
But in Little Dive too, we have a different version of that, right? So we have a song on the record called Little Dive that we recorded once. We were like, it's pretty good, but let's try one more time. And then we released the second version of it, but I think a lot of us ended up actually wishing we had the first version on the record. So now that's going to get to live in the expansion pack, and we're excited we can kind of like have both versions live on.
We're excited about we did a dance version of Am I Your Girl, which is really good. I like it more than the record version of the song.
Well, there's the new track. Yeah,
the new track.
We kind of like we made a new track, kind of like, or Neil wrote this song post like finishing Magpie, and we were all really excited about this song, and we were like, damn it, that should have been on the album. You know, it was like we were really stoked on the track, and so we're excited for that new song on there. And I just think the idea for the expansion pack, at least the way we put it together, was like, I don't want to compare us to the Beatles at all, but like, you know, the Beatles, when they have extended deluxe albums that just have like session 22 version of this song, or like, you know, demo version of this, it just like, I think that was kind of the vibe we wanted, was like all these different versions of songs that we had kind of more like raw takes of, or just that was the feel.
I think that we have a pretty distinct creative collaboration process. Like Neil will bring the songs in, and then we'll all kind of write our own parts and shape the overall song and where it's going. But some of the most fun moments are when we flip that on its head, and like, you know, someone else will bring in a chord progression, or we'll like start a song based off like a riff or something like that. We try to do more of that, but often find ourselves falling back on our main way of doing things because it's so tried and true, and we've gotten such good results from it. But always looking to challenge ourselves and kind of switch up the dynamic.
Yeah. I'll also add that as time has gone on, we've always been a very collaborative band, sort of just a classic band set up where we work on our music all together. And yeah, as the years have gone on, it's become more and more and more collaborative, which is really awesome. And yeah, a lot of fun working on records together. We're good at communicating at this point. We don't have as many arguments as we used to.
Well, we just like are a band that likes to sound like we do in the studio live as well. Like the studio isn't that different to us than the live show. There are some factors that maybe we don't think about that make it its own thing, its own sound. But yeah, it translates pretty easy. So that's one of the easier sides of things when we're getting the show together.
I would say our live show is like kind of our specialty. We're like a good live band. We started out playing lots of shows in our early days, and I would say I like our records, but if people come and see our shows, then I think they'll be able to like understand our music even better. Yeah, just being able to like, one of my favorite things is like talking in between songs and stuff, and like getting to share a little bit behind like the stories of songs, or just like showcasing our personalities a little bit more. You can't really get that so much with a record, so I do love like people who are able to come and see us in person and kind of like get a sort of an idea of who we are as people. We don't take ourselves very seriously, so like when you come to our shows, like you'll hopefully enjoy the music, but I think you'll also like have some laughs and stuff as well. That's kind of like important to us. What else is important about our live show to you guys? What else? Anything that comes to mind?
Yeah.
Mike, you have something to say?
Just seeing our fans. It's just so cool to like have that experience and just feel the love. And just
Totally.
Yeah, it's a fun thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, can I add one thing to that? I'll just say that when we don't play shows, the like dark thoughts and insecurities creep into the back of your mind, where you're like feel like a failure sometimes. Everybody feels this, I'm sure. But then when we're on tour, like it just it's like, wow, it's so incredible to see everybody at the show singing along and stuff, and it gives you like this new like inspiration to like want to make more music. It's so cool. It's the best.
Yeah, and one thing we were talking about while we've been on tour is or a story that got brought up was when we released our second record. It was April of 2020. So we had this whole tour planned. We were excited to get on the road. COVID hit. We were like, maybe there's still a chance we can go, and then obviously not. But yeah, we put that record out, and you know, it's easy to look at numbers and go, oh yeah, not as many people are listening to this stuff. Like, it didn't connect with the audience. Yeah, we didn't make as good a record as last time. But then, you know, flash forward 2 years later, and we're playing those songs for the first time, and people are singing along and really engaged with them. And it's almost like you need that moment of watching someone else connect to the song to realize that it's connecting. Because looking at like an amount of plays on Spotify or something is meaningless. It's just like everyone's a number, but like each one of those numbers, like there are people in there having a real experience with the song. So that's what the live show ends up kind of illustrating to us, and definitely inspires us to keep going. It's been so good. We've been eating really well. No one's asked us to do a shoey. Do you guys notice that? It's nuts.
They asked us to in Perth. They wanted a shoey, and because I brought it up. That was a huge mistake. I should have never brought it up.
But otherwise, nothing.
Otherwise, no shoeys.
Yeah.
That's been sweet. We love Australia. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it is. Like I'm like gushing too much about how much I like Australia, to the point where like at night I'm like, Neil, you should stop talking about that so much. They know it's cool here, but it is so nice, and everyone is really cool here. You guys have like food figured out somehow. There's so much good food in Australia, like
coffee.
And coffee.
Yeah, coffee
is amazing. The weather's good. Yeah, I love going vintage clothes shopping. I'm wearing an all new Aussie outfit right now. Yeah, it's just awesome. We love it here. So it's been memorable in the way that we're just like reminded of how dope Australia is. The shows have been good. The shows have been like way bigger than last time, which has been awesome. Mostly, I just went to this restaurant in Melbourne that's a famous cafe called Pellegrini's for like spaghetti every single day. I think I had spaghetti for breakfast both days that I was in that we were in Melbourne.
What's the drink they do there?
Oh, the watermelon granita.
Yeah, but I actually.
The watermelon granita, yeah, it's just like watermelon and grapefruit slushy. I don't know. I'm trying to think of any like has anything crazy happened? I don't know. The Perth crowd was like so rowdy. They were so hammered drunk. It was insane. There was this one guy. I made a joke at the beginning. I was like, "Oh, I guess we'll find out who the drunkest person here is." And then like 3 songs in, it was just like clearly this one guy right in the front who ate shit like 5 times. Last time we were here when everyone was yelling us to do shoeies, a guy in Brisbane took off his leg and threw that up on stage. So I don't drink, but I did chug a water out of his stump, or not his stump, I guess his cup.
The cup of the product.
So that was cool. That guy's awesome.
Yeah.
What a G. That's actually like less gross than the shoe, which we were drinking out of other people's shoes, because we didn't want to ruin we had like 2 pairs of shoes with us, so we're like, I don't want to ruin my shoes. Anyway, you guys are really weird. I would drink a shoey every day if I got to live here.
Yeah, and all the Australians we would talk to would be like, so you've done like 1 million shoeys? They're like, nah, this is something we make foreigners do. And I'm like, okay.
The amount of like family and friends back home in Canada who have asked me if I've seen a kangaroo. I mean, it's every single person. And have you guys seen a kangaroo yet? No, haven't seen a kangaroo. No. The Beatles.
Frank Zappa.
All things must
I
pass.
was going to say Ram by Paul McCartney.
What's for dinner?
Oh, well, Miley Cyrus. Trouble by Cat Stevens.
Kings of Leon.
Big Thief for me.
Frank Ocean.
Spice Girl.
Spice Girl.
Spice Girl.
Spice Girl. Mustache Spice.
Glasses Spice.
Shy Spice.
Oh, nice. I don't know. Annoying Spice. Red Rocks in Colorado. We're playing there this summer. Never thought about that.
Yeah, never even dreamed.
Taylor Swift.
That would be huge for the ticket sales, man. You're so smart, Mike. The Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in general, yeah.
Come on now.
Don't have kids just yet.
My favorite book of all time is The Cider House Rules by John Irving. It's a really great read. I read it maybe 10 years ago, and yeah, I think about it a lot. There's a kind of a shitty movie made of it, so don't watch the movie. It's Tobey Maguire and Paul Rudd. Not their best work, but it's a great book. John Irving is like this American author, and he always kind of like has his books set in the same location, Eastern United States. This one is about like a boy who grows up in an orphanage. It follows him through his whole life, and basically, he grows up at this orphanage, and there's a doctor there who is doing like secret illegal abortions, and he teaches the boy as he grows up to become a doctor, and it's just his whole life, and it's a really awesome book.
I'd never picked up on the abortion thing before, but I read it too. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember that. No. Yeah, do they? I don't think they illustrate it like very clearly. Do they? I was blocking it out. Yeah, and if you want something a little lighter, Yeah, it's super light. The Sisters Brothers by Patrick DeWitt. Very easy read. It's about 2 hitmen who are brothers. Hitmans. 2 hitmen. Hit men. Yeah. Okay. So don't. Yeah. Get into the semantics of my speech. But yeah, it's about two hit men who are going to Oregon to do a hit, and it's like gold rush times. It's very funny. The toothbrush has just been invented. It's kind of that era, and yeah, definitely worth a read.
That one is actually pretty good.
Yes, with Joaquin Phoenix and John C. Reilly. Check it out.
The Wreck of Edmund Fitzgerald.
Oh.
It's a Canadian classic.
Yeah. Bye.
Gordon Lightfoot.
Gordon Lightfoot. Yeah. Mike and Chris are obsessed with that song right now. That's a good choice. That's very apocalyptic.
It is.
Yeah. Or sorry. I was going to say it because it's the end of the world. You got to listen to Golden Slumber into Carry That Weight into the End, which is kind of like a medley, right? At the end of Abbey Road.
Yeah.
Kind of like one song.
Yeah. What's the last line of that song?
What is it? And in the end, the love you make is equal to the love you make. Oh, I guess we sang that wrong.
Is that true?
I don't think so.
No.
Sometimes it's not equal.
Yeah.
Oh man, pretty early on. I think my dad was actually a musician throughout his 20s, like touring around Canada. I was always watching him play piano and kind of was pretty inspired by that. So I picked up guitar when I was like 10, and I knew Chris since I was 5 years old. So we were kind of always playing music together from that age onwards. And so I think we kind of, both of us at least, were like, we were aspiring to be musicians from a pretty early age and alongside each other. So it's cool we get to do that together now.
Yeah. Similar thing for me and Mikey, probably. We started when we were kids.
Yeah, I would like set up the pots and pans in the kitchen and hit them when I was like a little kid.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, jamming at home.